One, two, one, two. All right, let's roll.
Welcome. You're listening to the Saddle Up Podcast,
where we discuss everything related to UTRGV athletics. Past or present, we'll catch up with old teammates, friends, and take you down memory lane.
with exclusive interviews.
This is the Saddle Up Podcast.
The voice of your covered walkway streets.
So dope.
This is gonna be awesome.
Stay tuned for new episodes every week.
From Bronx Village to the Fieldhouse,
We'll cover it all.
Hell yeah, dude. Carpe diem.
so saddle up and let's go.
Let's go. Saddle up, partner.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Saddle Up Podcast. My main man G Garza, what's up, fam? How you doing?
Man, what's going on, Matt Palmquist? Matty P, as we all know you, and the community knows you, and the world's getting to know you. And why the world's getting to know you, man, is because we have some spectacular guests coming on this Saddle Up Podcast, man. And there no difference today. This Friday, we have a spectacular guest. One of my favorite players, not growing up, but during high school. Not gonna
Yeah, that's already established. Yeah, we made that clear off air, right? So
yeah. A 92-93 scoring champion for UT Pan American, Greg Guy, man. Thank you so much for being on the show. We're blessed.
Greg
Thank
Guy.
you guys. Hey, thank you guys for having me, man. I thought you guys forgot about me in Pan Am.
No, man. No, you led the nation in scoring. What are you talking about? Who can forget Greg Guy, man?
Hey, I don't know, man.
You created the floater before Tony Parker, man. Come on, let's do it.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Greg, I'm gonna tell you. I told Matt, and Matt stole my damn floater, dude. I'm never gonna forgive you, Matt. I was gonna bring up the floater comment to Greg. I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be the guy. But you know what, man? Yeah, you go. You can take that one.
Yeah.
But no, Greg, man, I can. We'll get into that, man, because you were one of my favorite players, the favorite player, and the reason why I actually ended up going to Pan American is you made me fall in love with the game, man. Every time I watched you play, it was just unbelievable. I always asked my dad, man, we got to go watch Greg Guy play, man. It's just, we got to go watch Greg Guy play, and so man, that's why we're excited.
Appreciate it.
We definitely want to talk about the floater. The floater is something that I actually watched for the very first time, and I came back home and I started working on it so I could have Greg Guy's floater, man. But
that was one of my arsenals because I wasn't super athletic. So when I got in the paint with the trees, like Matt, I had to throw it up high so I can get it over the hand so I get it blocked.
That's crazy. I truly remember that.
Man. Now before we get into that, let's talk about where you're from. We know you spent 2 years at Pan Am, and you spent some time at Fresno State prior, right? You transferred in, but where were you at prior? Like, where did you grow up, and kind of talk about that a little bit?
Well, I grew up in Oak Park, Illinois, and suburb outside of Chicago. And real nice area. I actually still live there today, and stay in the neighborhood because it was just one of my favorite places. It's the closest suburb to Chicago. It's out of all the suburbs in Chicago. So I met all my friends, most of my friends there, that I'm still friends with today that I play ball with. We all played basketball. We all went Division I. Mostly all my guys that we played my high school team, everybody went Division I.
Wow. Stacked.
Yeah.
Stacked.
So and it was disappointing that we didn't go downstate because we had a whip. But we lost to three, I guess, pro players, Mike Finley, Sherrell Ford, and Donnie Boyce.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So that's the team that beat us and put us out of the state tournament my senior year.
Dang.
That's crazy. Is that all you played, Greg? Did you play basketball? Did you play other sports?
Yeah, I played. Well, up until I was in high school, my first year I played football. I was a defensive back, and then after that, we had freshman tryout, and switching from football to basketball was kind of hard because my arms I wasn't ready for it. And I think I almost got cut my freshman year. If I'm not mistaken, I'm like, I couldn't make any shots. My arms were like noodles out there. But that's why I say, football is over with for me. But then my sophomore year, I love baseball too. Tried out for the baseball team, and my sophomore year, and the freaking freshman coach was my freshman coach. He freaking cut me. I ain't mad. He cut me, and I was like, man, forget baseball. I'm just gonna stay strictly basketball.
You know, it was God's path for you. Like, you can't do football because you just can't do it. And then baseball, you just ran up against the wrong coach, and he just cut you. So you're like, all right, I'm gonna fall in line with basketball, huh?
I just stayed in line with basketball.
Hey, all the Winter Texan fans that would watch you play during that 91, 92, those 2 years that you were at Pan Am, are thankful for that freshman coach that cut you from baseball. You know, because
hey, me too. I solely basketball, from then on
out. So Greg, you said you transferred in, man. How did whatever happened at those other colleges? I'm sure, man, you were awesome there. But we want to kind of focus in on UT Pan American. How did you get there? Like, who recruited you there? How did you land at that spot?
Well, Coach, I'm about to forget his name.
It's all right. I forget Matt's name all the time.
Yeah. Huh?
He seen me at a jamboree. I don't remember if you guys have.
Yeah.
We went in and played 4 years, right? Because I did a junior college route first.
Yeah, I did.
You did JC, okay.
Yeah.
So they had jamborees that they used to have, every year.
Yep.
And I played in the jamboree, and he was one of the schools that was recruiting me, and UTEP was recruiting me, and then so I was supposed to go to UTEP, but I end up not going to UTEP. I end up going to Fresno State.
Oh. Yeah,
and because my favorite player all time is Tim Hardaway. That's why I wore number 10. That's why
you played like him too. Now that you said that,
and I just had a better jump shot than him at the time.
Yeah, I've seen some of your games on beta, right? Because that's how long ago you played, right? Because I'm just messing with you.
Games. I don't have any of those games.
Yeah, neither do we. We talk about that all the time. Like, I don't even have a VCR if I could find the game. I don't even have a VCR to play the game, right?
Yeah, so, and that's all they had was and I gave all my tapes to the agent I had, and then he lost all my tapes. My pro tapes that I had, and my college tapes. He lost all of it, so I don't have any footage. Yeah. I can just tell people how good I was.
Exactly. And it works out better because you can't, Like, G and I tell our kids all the time, we were good. They were like, well, show us tape. We're like, we played before YouTube. Like,
I'm like, I don't have any.
I don't have any. Just trust me, kid. Just trust me. I was legit. And so,
but the thing that gets me when my friends, I golf now. That's all I do now is really golf. I don't play basketball no more. But my golf buddies like, you weren't that good. I was like, Wikipedia me. They did it, and they was like, yeah, but your team was 2-20. I'm like, that wasn't my fault.
My fault. I put up numbers. I tried.
Well, talking about the numbers you put up, man. You scored a little under 30 points a game, man, leading the nation in scoring. You got the scoring title that year. Dude, you know what's awesome about that is you're in a list of like great players, like Pistol Pete Maravich, also scoring title. Bo Kimball, scoring title.
Glenn Robinson too.
Glenn Robinson. Hank Gathers, scoring title. I mean, you're in the company of some great basketball players, man.
Yeah. Now, Greg, did you play? You played prior to the 3-point line, right?
No. I'm not that old, man. The 3-point line was there. What the heck? They had a 3-point line in high school.
Nothing with you, man. I just wanted to see your face.
I'm like, come on. Oh, man. That's why my bread and butter at the 3-point line.
Greg's Wi-Fi is about to go off here.
I thought you were just dropping floaters, just like you were like
just all 2-pointers.
Yeah, 15 floaters a game. Just 15 floaters a game. That was
it. So Greg, you were obviously a bright spot, man, and your buddies kind of give you a hard time about that 2-20. Kind of take us towards. You were obviously a bright spot, man, in a dark season like that. But for people that don't know, and man, kind of share that that season was like, man, leading the nation in scoring, which obviously not a lot of people have done. How was that? And then how was it though, like in comparison with going through the season and a tough season?
Well, beginning of the season, we had a real good team, and a few of the guys, they found out something about their scores. They got kicked out, and then we had some guys that were overseas guys that were there, and they, I don't know if you had guys that are overseas guys on your team, but they have to take an entrance exam to try to get in. So one of the kids just kept failing that test. He finally got it closer to the end of the season, but our team was they just dismantled our team.
Yeah, you just kind of had to piece it together and just kind of show up for the games, right?
And that's what it was, and it was hard. We had a lot of guys that shouldn't have been playing right away Division I, but they just had to be pushed into that role because other guys, because it was junior college guys that transferred like I did, and they just didn't. They wouldn't let them into the school.
Oh.
And they were in the school for the beginning, and then they had to keep taking these tests to try to stay in the school, and they didn't pass them, so they ended up getting rid of them. And just like the team was just a bunch of, guys that role players basically who I played whole season.
Do you keep in touch with any of those old teammates? Just out of curiosity.
Chris Clay, he was probably the only one I talked to.
Chris Clay. Yeah. I talk to Chris Clay all the time, man. Shout out to Chris. We got to get him on the show. He's got he barbecues he's got a catering business out in Vegas. If you're ever in Vegas and need some meat, call up Chris Clay,
it's on point.
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, he and I talked to a few other guys that roommates that I was with. Pat Sanders, you probably don't know him. But he was the point. He played point for us. My junior year, he played. But then the next year, we had an overhaul again of the team, and we got that's probably why we got a whole lot better.
Yeah,
we won 16 games my senior year.
That's right.
Was John Gaston on that team?
Yeah, he was on the team. Yep, John was on the team.
On that first year, that 2-win season, or that second.
John was on he was on the team. He was on that team the second my junior year, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think he was.
I got a funny story about Gaston. I came on my recruiting visit and it was in May, and there wasn't a lot of the guys were in exams or whatever, so it was scarce. We ended up playing like 3-on-3. Roy Swift and Chris Jones was watching, and I had to play against Roy Swift. And John Gaston was one of the guys that was guarding Lalo, and Lalo was on my team. And at that point, I knew like I was there's a whole nother level to Division I. Like I thought I was good coming out of high school, but seeing somebody as athletic as John Gaston, rest in peace, man. He was like. He was something else, man. He was an athletic freak.
And you know what? He got better after college.
Yes, he did.
Because he was just athletic, but then when he got out of college, he could score. He was hard to guard. He was like he could put it up. Yeah, you couldn't stop him.
Nope. Mm-hmm. Yeah, did some time in the CBA. Like he played pro. Yeah.
And I took him. He came to Chicago, and I drove him to Minnesota in a snowstorm to go down to that the CBA team they played in Minnesota. Wow. Yeah. Well, no, it was in North Dakota, I think it was.
North Dakota, yeah. Rest in peace, John Gaston, man. He was phenomenal. But back to Greg Guy, man. So
yes, sir.
You had a dark spot. Y'all got better that second season, right? Who was the head coach?
Shit.
It wasn't. Was it
Coach Adams?
Coach Adams. Okay, Coach
Adams.
Adams.
Yeah. So it went from Wall to Adams, right? Wall was there before Adams. And went to
that's who recruited me, Wall. There you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, cool.
Wall recruited me.
Yeah.
Coach
So
Wall.
G and I both played for Adams as well. So we were on that like that back end. I played for Adams last year when he was at
yeah, because he went off to start doing hockey, and then I don't know how he got back into basketball.
Yeah.
You know how he got back in? I was coaching JUCO when he got back into JUCO after that hockey thing.
He was coaching.
He actually
Howard
was
Junior
at
College.
Big Springs at Howard Junior College and won a national championship there. That's how he got himself back in.
Okay.
Yeah. But
then he ended up being the head coach at Texas Tech.
Yeah. That's quite the jump. Man. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Right?
I seen that. I was like, wow. I don't know what he did, but
stuck with it.
Yeah, he did.
Stuck with it. Yeah.
So Greg, what was during those 2 years, man? What can you share? Taking us down memory lane. Like, what was one of the highlighted games that you remember being a part of? Can you kind of take us through maybe a game or something where you just it's always pops into your mind that you want to share with the audience?
Well, my very first Division I game, I played against my first year junior college coach, and we it was a bad fallout because I left there. He didn't want me to leave, and I left, and he was like, "You'll never play Division I basketball ever." That was his thing. So that was my very first game against him. I gave him 35 points. That was the highlight of my. I remember that season because of that, because of what he said to me. Like, "You'll never play Division I."
That's fuel.
He was the first game that I played Division I against.
Yeah.
You dropped 35 in your first ever D1 game, man.
D1 in Toledo. We played in the Toledo. I actually led I had 35 both games. I had the most points in their little tournament they had there.
That's awesome. That's 17. That's 17 floaters and a free throw right there.
17 floaters.
Y'all didn't play on the 3-point line.
Yeah, no 3-point line at all. But yeah, that was a memory for me on that.
Yeah, that's awesome, Greg. Let's go back to the floater, man. I'm telling you, it just I can still see it, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I can still see you pulling up from the damn free throw line, 100 miles an hour coming down the floor, and just on a dime, 2-foot jump stop, boom, right hand. I think you had a lefty. I'm not sure if you got left, but I remember
just a little bit.
How did that come about, and how did you practice, man? How did you get so good at that?
Because that was forward thinking at the time.
Dude, nobody was doing it.
Nobody was doing it.
Well, see, that's what Timar was my favorite player, and the reason why is because his agent, when he was in high school, well, I think he might have been a UTEP, but might have been a freshman, and my soon-to-be agent, when I got out of school, we had the same agent. Him and my father were good friends, so they used to play in the league together. And he'd bring Tim Hardaway, and we'll be on the side gym working on little floaters. And I got it from him. I was just seeing him work on his game, and he was like doing that shot, and I started working with him doing that shot.
That's insane. I learned it from Tim Hardaway.
I learned it from Tim Hardaway. You see him play that's what he does. He does a floater.
The Texas two-step, the crossover.
The crossover into the lane with a floater. Wow.
With a floater. Yeah.
And I almost went and I was gonna go to UTEP. I was like, man, I was geeked that they were recruiting me because I was going there.
Yeah.
Just because of him.
Well, I want to send a shout out because we've had one of the most famous alums from Texas Western that turned into UTEP, but Neville Shedd, who's been on the show, and he won the national championship for that Texas Western team.
Yeah.
He's a friend of the show. He's been on the show, and he gave us some great stories about playing for Don. I believe it was Don Haskins for the UTEP team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was Don Haskins.
Yeah. That was season 1, right, G, when Neville joined the show? So
Season 1, yes. We're in season 4, Greg. Can you believe that we waited this long to get you on the show? Please don't.
You should have been top 5 episodes, first 5 episodes, Greg.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask how long has the show been going on?
Yeah. Well, thanks for being a fan of the show, but it's been 4 seasons, Greg.
Hey, I remember you saying you were telling me you were going to do a show, but then I never heard it. I never seen anything about it
now we're on all social platforms, and we've got almost 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, so it's pretty awesome.
Hey, 10,001 now.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, definitely.
What'd you end up? Obviously you had a great run here at UT Pan American. What did you? I always thought, man, this dude can play in the NBA. Like, I always thought that every time I watched you play. Like, this is an NBA player. I'm watching an NBA player. What kind of happened after that? After UT Pan American, did you get a chance to try out, play?
Well, I mean, I kind of got it's a little political because a lot of guys like some of these, Portsmouth, the NBA draft camps. I mean, I wasn't, and I signed letters to try to get into them.
Yeah,
because you had to do an application to try to get in, but I never heard anything. And then I was seeing the guys that they selected to go to these camps. Like, these guys were sitting on the bench, but look, they're playing for Dean Smith, so he got them into the camp.
Yeah,
and I never was able to get into any of those camps like after college, and I think that kind of hurt a little bit. But I played overseas. It was fun. But I thought I should have been playing in the NBA, at least have a shot.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you.
That's all I was asking.
I've seen you play, and our paths didn't cross. Like, we've never played, against each other, but I've seen you play, and I've heard stories of your greatness, and so I definitely agree that you should have had a shot, hands down.
Yeah. So I don't know. It has to do with Coach Adams, because he didn't have any pool.
Yeah.
Because they had the one kid. He became a superstar. Star. Derek Fisher. He played in that Sun Belt.
Yeah.
And he was like, when he was playing, he was like the third person that we were scouting. We weren't even really concerned with him.
Yeah.
We played against them in college, and then after one of the kids that got hurt, he kind of stepped up into his role and became, Derek Fisher.
Yeah.
After that, after we left, he started playing real well. Did you play against him, Matt?
No, he was a senior. The year before I came.
95.
So, okay.
Fisher was 95. Was a senior 95. So
94, 95.
Yeah, I came in. I walked on. I was redshirting that year. And I got to see, I watched Fisher beat us in a damn, last second heave.
Was that 3-pointer on Lalo?
That was 3-pointer was on Lalo. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Shout out to Matt Santangelo also with the 3-pointer on Lalo, so.
Yeah. He always did stuff like that, man. He started there at the damn at Pan American doing that shit. But
yeah. I led the nation in fouls because Lalo would gamble for steals.
Man. So Greg, yeah, man, I truly believe that you would have been a great NBA player, man. But
Agreed.
You know what? God has its plan, man. Your plan, your path. You're here on the show. I don't know if you've been in the NBA. If we would have been able to get you on the show.
Oh no, we would have been able to connect. Yeah,
you'd have been able to, man.
I'm been kind this. Yeah,
I'm a humble guy, man. I always been humble. Always been humble.
I love to hear that. And before G gets into his questions, as we wrap up on the show, I want to kind of give you the opportunity to. You had mentioned when we spoke on the phone that you're starting, and I saw this on social media as well. You're starting like a basketball training academy, right? And so in the Chicago area. So I want to give you an opportunity to kind of plug what the mission or what the idea behind you wanting to get back in between the lines and give back. So, please tell us what your vision is.
Well, I missed playing basketball. I stopped playing probably 2019, tore my meniscus. And I don't know. I never went got surgery, so I just stopped playing. So now I'm just getting the bug. Like I want to play, but I was like, if I can't, why not just give some of the gifts and stuff that I've been granted
I love it.
myself, to give it to some other kids and help them. And, just looking at how the landscape of basketball is, there's a lot of guys that's just not real good shooters.
No.
And that's an art that obviously now it's a big art that if you can't shoot, you can't play. You're not gonna get you on. You're not gonna find a spot on the floor. So I'm like, my friend has been doing it for some years, been training kids, and been trying to get me to get in there and do it. So I'm like, I want to get out there, start training and teaching kids the right way to play, the right way to play. I can't teach you 100 dribbles, step back, 2-step 3-point. I can't teach you that. Well, I can teach you a regular 3-point shot.
Yeah. You can teach somebody how to shoot the ball. They can figure all that out.
Yeah, they can figure out all the other stuff, right? How do they get in contact with you if they've got a kid or somebody? Do you train boys and girls? I mean,
boys and girls.
And how did they find you? How
is there a website, social media?
Well, I haven't got that far yet to put the website up, but right now it's basically through my phone number, and I think I had an email on the flyer that I have. If I didn't, I need to redo it. Put like an email. You can reach out to me or my business partner. If you want your kids trained, the right way, hey,
find Greg Guy.
Basketball training.
Yeah. Hey, if they want to find the right way to play, Greg is their guy. Boom.
Yeah, I like that.
That's why it's 610 marketing, baby. There it is.
The marketing guy. Get your shot right with Greg Guy. Yeah, you know what?
And I'll teach you a floater. And I'll teach you a floater.
And there's a 3-point line now when he plays, so he'll be able to. It'll count for 3 points instead of just 2. So
I can show you how to shoot a 3-pointer now.
Man, you know what, Greg? You know how many messages we're gonna get when we post this? We're Texans off the chart, man. Going, I remember Greg. That dude was man. Oh
yeah, we're gonna get.
I had hair back then too. They were like, man, he shaved all his hair off.
Well, gee, something doesn't jive with that statement you just said. The Winter Texans are going to text us. No, they're going to send us Pony Express mail. So
sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, the Von Indies are on Facebook and Instagram.
Shout out Von Indies will hit us up for sure.
They'll remember you, Greg.
Yes, okay. They're going to be excited about the show.
Staples community, and they love the show. And but Greg, man, I wanna kind of wrap up the show with a little segment called Bold Buffalo Sauce Predictions. All right, from Wing Barn. Wing Barn's been really good to us, man, and we give away some gift cards from them and all that good stuff. So this is the Buffalo Sauce, Bold Buffalo Sauce Predictions. All right, I'm gonna ask
Wing Barn. It's dang good.
It's dang good. We're gonna hold you up to these. All right, so we're gonna go back and be like, hey, Greg Guy was correct, or he was way off, or whatever. But you know what? We'll see what happens. All right. So first question, Greg, predict the 2024-25 NBA champion.
Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that because you like the Celtics, or you really truly believe?
I hate the Celtics. I'm a Lakers fan.
See, that's a true prediction.
If I'm betting money, though, I'll bet on the Celtics.
It's the Celtics. Okay. That's a true prediction, because you hate the Celtics, but you still can't deny that they're a really good team.
You're not going with your gut. You're going with your pocketbook. So you're making an informed decision, right?
It's very informed.
Who is your favorite team? If you had somebody that could win.
Well, I mean, the Bulls are my favorite team, but after that, it's the Lakers.
Okay.
Man, yeah. Heck yeah. That's a good one. All right. Prediction. NBA MVP. I think who got it last year? Was it Jokic or
Jokic?
Yeah, Jokic got it last year. I'm gonna go with maybe Anthony Davis. I'm gonna go with a dark horse.
Anthony Davis. He came up with a dark horse. There you go.
Having a great year.
Davis.
Man, we could talk basketball with Greg for another hour. I know we don't have that much time, but all right, we're gonna switch over to football. All right.
Okay.
NFL 2024-25 NFL champions. Who's it gonna be?
Chiefs.
Dang. Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs.
And who would you like? Who would you like to win it?
Chicago Bears, but that's not gonna happen.
What do you think about that situation there, Greg? You want to talk a little bit about that or no?
I can't believe they lost the game against Green Bay. I'm still and Washington. There's two games that just hurt my heart: Washington and the Green Bay Packers game.
Oh, Jaden Daniels heave last second.
That hurt my heart. I didn't.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm in the same boat, Greg. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, so I feel the same hurt.
I feel for you.
Hey, you know what y'all both have in common?
Yeah.
Both teams next year get new head coaches.
Yeah, for sure. And probably quarterbacks.
Yeah.
All right, NFL MVP 2024-25.
Who's playing well? Maybe Lamar Jackson again.
Yeah, I like Lamar. Okay. I like Lamar Jackson. That's man.
Maybe him again.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one. All right. This is a bonus question. This isn't a prediction. But I know you're an Illinois guy, you're a Chicago guy, so it kind of goes without saying, but you never know. You like the Lakers too. Who's the GOAT, Greg? We know who the GOAT is for Pan American.
Michael Jordan.
It's Jordan or LeBron, man.
Oh,
Let's end the debate right now.
It's Michael Jordan.
That's it.
Michael Jordan.
I have these debates with my friends all the time. Michael Jordan.
I bet you it was crazy growing up in the city or around that area when Jordan was like when it was old.
It was unbelievable time, man. Beautiful time.
Well,
have you ever had a chance to play golf against MJ?
No, I haven't.
Who would win it?
I went to his house though. I went to his house and played basketball in his gym.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Against his son.
Man, we should have led with that on the show. What the hell?
Yeah. Okay, his house was beautiful. It was a big gym. It was nice, man. Hey, and guess who else was playing? Guess who was playing? I don't know if this is a fan favorite on you. R. Kelly was playing too.
Oh man, I don't know.
Oh man.
We're gonna have to cut that.
I played against him a couple times.
Did you post up? Was he playing from behind or what? How was that?
I hope you dunked on him. I hope you dunked on him, man.
No. He everybody is like it's crazy playing with him. His teammates just threw him the ball. He was shooting from half court. So we used to beat the crap out of them. Like,
so he was playing with a bunch of yes men. Like he was like, "Hey, exactly. Rob, here's the ball." Like
I don't give if they got a layup, they kicking it right out to him to shoot a long three.
Oh man. Okay, I got one question though. This is: do you think Kit KHT Shetty is going to repeat as the hobby horse champion in the high jump this year?
Hey, I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'm gonna go with
it. Hey, Greg, that's a great question, Matt. Hey, Greg, before we go, man, let's hype us up. We have a Spotify soundtrack, man. What song were you hooping to? Were you trying to get pumped with before that 35-point game, man? First Division I game. What did you have on your Walkman, on your headphones? I know it was a Walkman.
No Walkman.
Anita Baker.
Yeah. Really? What song?
I had to stay calm before I played. I had to be calm. I didn't want to be hyped up. So I needed to listen to calming music.
Okay.
You know I got that from? I got that from Michael Jordan. He used to listen to Anita Baker for every game. So I'm like, if he's going to listen to it, why not me?
Yeah. Really?
Wow.
And is there a particular song? Because we're going to add it to the playlist.
You just put Anita Baker on there, man.
Yeah, just put Anita Baker.
Okay, I'll just put Anita Baker. I'll pick one.
Put an album, dude.
Yeah. And what are you listening to now when you're about to train some kids or you know, we kind of everybody gets two picks. So what are you listening to now, Greg?
Listen to I'm trying to think.
R. Kelly?
Heck, you know. I do listen to R. Kelly, though.
Yeah.
Jill Scott.
Jill Scott. Okay, cool. We'll add Jill Scott and Pat. I mean, I was going to say Patti LaBelle.
Anita Baker.
Anita Baker. Yeah. Anita Baker and Jill Scott. There we go.
Greg, you are a humble individual that doesn't have to be humble, man, because you're one of the GOATs of UT Pan American.
Yep.
You're an inspiration to a lot of kids, man, not just me. And we are so blessed and grateful that you took the time to be on our little show, man. Hey,
I appreciate it, guys.
But with guys like you, on the show, we can grow it even more, and we can tell your stories. And everybody deserves, man, to know what Greg is up to now.
Yeah,
because you're an inspiration to a lot of us.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it, man, and thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
You're part of history, man. Bronx for life, and you are, like G said, you are one of the GOATs that ever suited up and played in the field house. And we appreciate you and your time, and you're always welcome back to the show anytime you want to come back and give us an update.
Okay, hey, no problem, man. I'll do that. Hey, maybe in a year or so, I'll let you know how the training is going.
Yeah, for sure. For 100%.
Sure. All right, man.
I'm fine.